What are you? What are you? If only I could get a sign. Well, I mean, okay, alright, I'm sorry, okay, yeah, alright, that's fine, I mean, that'll do! Hello, my fellow hunters, one and all. First and foremost, I hope you've all had a wonderful holiday period, a wonderful Christmas, and are feeling refreshed and ready for some good old-fashioned Monster Hunter theorying. And by theorying, I mean, yes, it's technically a theory, but if this is wrong, I will eat my shoe, and then a hat, and then I'll just keep eating items of clothing in shame, basically, is what I'm telling you. Because we have had some new reveals of late via Monster Hunter. You see, there was this lovely video.
Looking at the sky, dawn is here, and it's farewell tonight.
See, a lovely little tribute to Sunbreak and all that it's done and all that has been so far tweeted out by the Monster Hunter people. And that's all well and good, but towards the end of this otherwise innocent, innocuous video, suddenly out of nowhere, the roadmap for the next title update and beyond has, well, changed, updated, evolved. And now, things are just a little bit clearer. Now we've gone from winter to specifically February, so that's very exciting. Look forward to the second month of 2023. And we have gone from Elder Dragon to returning Elder Dragon. Okay, confirmation, it's not a new monster, it's one coming back from the past. And, more than anything, we have got a slight silhouette in the background of said monster. And you know me, when I'm presented with a silhouette, I'm not sleeping until I've identified the owner of said silhouette with as much accuracy as possible, using every method at my command. So, returning Elder Dragon, I mean, it gives us a fairly big list, you know. It only narrows it down to about, 25 to 30 or so. Nothing crazy or anything like that. So you might think, okay, so you just get every single Elder Dragon, start jiggling them about in front of that silhouette, and wait for a match. However, this Elder Dragon that we are getting is from World and Iceborne. I can see the future! How do I know that? Well, there is actually a fourth change here, and the actually most important change, and it's the question mark. Because it's very specifically, deliberately gone from the, Risey Sunbreak themed question mark we've been used to this different red little number. A very beautiful little question mark. Is that weird? Was that weird to do? I feel like that was weird to do. It's red. It's my favorite color. I like that. So, anyway. And why is that important? Well, do you recognize this question mark from anywhere? Yes! This is the Iceborne roadmaps, and look! The question mark attached to the World in Iceborne mystery monster symbol is this specific question mark. That is not a coincidence. There is no doubt in my mind that this is a very subtle, not so subtle hint that the monster in question is from World and Iceborne, which means we are getting a World and Iceborne original Elder Dragon returning in Title Update 4 that somewhat vaguely matches this silhouette. That's, well, quite the narrow scope to look at. Our contestants, our potentials, are, well, as follows. Now, I think it's fair to say that we're not getting either A end boss returning, or B, a siege fight returning. That's just not going to happen, especially not as a random Title Update 4 when there's still a fifth one to come, which presumably will be the climactic Fatalis equivalent. Matsu! And we're not going to get it along with a random extra Risen. It would be a big deal to get a siege event because it would need a map and so on and so forth. So with that in mind, we can eliminate Kulftaroth, Shara Ishvalda, Xenojiva, Safijiva from the list. Oh, and I guess Zora Magdaros too, but let's be honest, it was never going to be Zora Magdaros. Oh, was it? No, it's obviously not going to be Zara Magdaros. Which leaves us with, well, Nergigante, Ruiner Nergigante, Valhazak, Blackveil Valhazak, Namiel, and finally Velkhana. Now then, it's not going to be a subspecies, a variant, etc., which means we can get rid of Blackveil, we can get rid of Ruiner. They're going to bring back an Elder Dragon. It will either be the base form, or they will Crimson Glow it, make it a new variant to make it more interesting and worthwhile. I would be very surprised to randomly get specifically Ruiner Nergi. That would just be kind of weird and a strange design decision. Which leaves then Nergigante, Valhazak, Velkhana, and Namiel. 4 Elder Dragons that are our potential new returning monster. And now we can do that match the image over the silhouette back and forth dance to get our likely candidate. So, the silhouette is obviously very spiky, very harsh, very jagged. That eliminates Valhazak. He has got nothing like that shape on his entire body anywhere, so unless he's very much changed, I don't know, his bone structure since we last looked, he's gone. Sadly, this also eliminates Namiel, and while Namiel has a little bit of head spikage and the side fins going out, it's certainly not this jagged formation. Though honestly, that makes me really sad because I love Namiel and I really want to fight it again one day. Which leaves, of course, Nergigante and Velkhana. Both very spiky individuals and both potentially culprits of this silhouette. The thing is, Nergigante is very much, well, not spiky in this kind of extreme. His head, of course, is spiky, but it's very much a bushel of spikes. It's not this single spike that's in the center of this silhouette, and then he's not got more spiky correlations left and right of him. It just doesn't fit the form. It doesn't fit how he's distributed. It doesn't fit his bulk. It looks too delicate. So to me, I think it's easy to eliminate him, and that literally leaves just one. Velkhana. And when we look at this silhouette, these jagged, repeated, ice-like spikes, I mean, yeah, Velkhana is the only one I can see, with that main shadow behind the question mark being Velkhana's horn. It just makes a lot of sense. So with that in mind, I think it's very easy to very confidently say that our wintry February update will involve, well, a very fittingly cold monster. But will it be base Velkhana, or will they Crimson Glow it? Will they variant it? And a variant tends to be a monster turned up to 11. Not an element switch, not a different take, but the actual monster just taken to the extreme. So still icy, still ice armor, still Velkhana, but like crazy level. And one idea I kinda like, if we go by Velkhana's ecology, and if we go by the vein of, okay, Crimson Glow is Valstrax, but crazy amounts of dragon and he's gone crazy and powerful. What if we do Velkhana, but crazy amounts of ice and she's gone crazy and powerful? But how would that be? If you don't realize, Velkhana's ice abilities come from the blue kind of crystalline structures on her body. They are not scales, as you might imagine. They are a certain type of ore that is attached to her. And that ore is what Velkhana searches for, and Shara Ishvalder Awakening caused her to flee the hinterlands, which is where she normally finds it, to search for it in the rest of the New Worlds, and that's, you know, a part of the story of Iceborne. So what if we have a Velkhana that is completely head to toe armored, covered in the blue ice power giving ore, so we have literally super ice mode armor Velkhana that doesn't just get like hints of ice armor at her extremities, but fully encases, maybe slower but massively more powerful and harder to damage, an overload of ice, maybe creating much more complex and dangerous structures compared to just the platforms that we can jump on. And obviously, while Velkhana may have a, oh really, we just had Velkhana in Iceborne, it's the flagship, that's not the most interesting. I disagree. I think with Wirebug technology, having a monster that creates, well, land, much like Almudron does, but as a more constant part of the fight, is really quite fun for Wirebugs. If we get some seriously over-the-top ice sculpture landscape creating shenanigans, I think a souped-up Velkhana variant in the world of Sunbreak is actually a really fitting monster for both an interesting fight and a worthy creature to get a souped-up version, as it never got it like Ruiner did. So, to me then, yeah, I think Velkhana is our culprit, and I will be very surprised if it's not a Velkhana variant or something to make it stand apart from just here's regular Velkhana. This also might mean we get Frostcraft back in some way, which is a massively powerful build-defining skill that will make massive waves and ramifications on the meta, and that's what you want from a single monster update. Obviously a new Risen 2, but primarily it will be this Velkhana armor set that kicks it up a notch. You know how powerful and impactful the Valstrax armor was, so if we do get a super version of Frostcraft that maybe works a bit differently but is the Frostcraft we know and love, we might be entering a big draw attack situation, and that's very exciting. In any case, them's my thoughts, my look at the new little tease. For now then, let me know what your thoughts are. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.